Okay, I thought people might be interested in seeing this. This trace is a throttle pulse coming out of the receiver as controlled by the transmitter. This trace is the Arduino's controlled pulse to the sweep servo that moves the oars back and forth. Right now I have the throttle that's middle so the ship's not moving. If I advance a little bit, you can see the throttle with pulse width here changing as I move the stick. So if I give it part throttle, this is the control signal to the sweep servos, which will be moving it back and forth and the battery connected. If I go with higher throttle, you see this is now moving back and forth a lot faster because we're at a higher speed now. Anyway, so this is a double ream jig. Just let me connect the battery. Okay, so this is the old software I had. It had a pretty rectangular stroke shape. You can see the up and down movement is very abrupt at the end of the strokes. I've modified the software now to give me a more gradual entry and exit of the oars into the water. So if I change the switch in the Arduino, the software will go to the other mode. You can see now that the lift servo is almost always moving, because what the oars are actually doing now is they're dipping into the water to the midpoint of the sweep and then they're dipping back out, executing a V shape. And that is controlled by a new variable I put in the program. So if right now it's set to 100%, which means the first half of the stroke is completely consumed by the oar ramping down into the water. Second half is completely consumed by the oar ramping back up out of the water. If I reduce it to maybe 40%, so 0.4, recompile and download. The Arduino's resetting to run the new version. I just downloaded. See now this lift servo is no longer moving continuously, but it is not as abrupt as my old rectangular sweep. So my next thought is to somehow have a trough of water for the oar blades to be in, because the spacing between those is varying a bit because of the play in the holes. But I think they'll behave quite well if they're all actually in water moving with resistance. So more to come.